Hi Cardinals, this is your Tuesday activity. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look at your book. The featured book of this week is Flies, okay? We're learning about flies. Remember, this is a non-fiction book, which means a non-fiction book tells us facts and it tells us information. It does not tell us an opinion and it does not tell a story with a plot, okay? That's only with fiction books. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our book. This is the book Flies. We're going to open this page here, which is our second cover page, the third page here, and we come back to our words to know. Okay, our words to know. We have the word germs. If we turn our page, or actually go to the back of the book, we can look up the definition for germs, okay? Germs are tiny living things that can cause disease or sickness, and we can find that information on page 11. Our next words to know is insects. Again, we can go to the back of the book, look at our glossary, look up the definition for insects, which says small animals with 6 legs, 3 body parts, and usually 2 sets of wings, okay? Our third word to know, larva. That is that word right here, larva. So again, we can go to the back of the book, look up larva. Remember, that is a noun. That's why that N is right there. And it says, the immature form of an animal that goes through major body changes before it looks like an adult member of its kind. So that means that a larva is not an adult. Something that is immature means that it still needs to mature, okay? That's a prefix. Immature is a prefix. The M-I-M is called a prefix. That means it comes before the word and it changes the root word, which is the word mature. Our next word to know is pollen. Pollen are male flower cells, which often look like fine yellow powder. So remember that there's 2 types. There's male and female, okay? Macho, fêmea. There's male and female. So this happens to be a male flower cell, okay? Our next word to know, we can look directly in the glossary, pupa, which is a noun. And a pupa is an immature, there's our prefix again, I-M, insect in the stage between a larva and an adult, okay? We've seen this word before when we studied butterflies. And our next word is solid, which is not a noun, it is not a verb, it is an adjective. Remember that an adjective, and we can see the abbreviation right here, ADJ, an adjective is a description word. An adjective we use to describe a noun. That is an adjective, okay? So if I said the tiny animal, my noun would be animal, and tiny is describing the animal, and that would be my adjective, okay? Moving on, once we read our story, remember you're going to read your story at least one time, page by page, looking at, are there diagrams in my story? On almost every page there are diagrams, there are labels, and there are sometimes captions. Also take notice that there are bold words, okay? All things that happen in non-fiction books. So we're going to read our story and then start our activity. This is our activity for the day. We've done this before, and I really want us to get really good at it. And so this says, I can read a nonfiction text. So the first question here is, who is the text talking about? So we need to look at our book. We need to figure out, who is the text talking about? Number 2 is what? What is happening in the text? What is the text describing? Okay, so you need to answer in a complete sentence what the text is describing. The next one is when. When are the events happening? Now that can be kind of tricky in a nonfiction book. So we need to say in general. Does this book happen all the time? Does it happen during the day? Does it happen at night? Does it only happen in a certain area? What's happening? When? When is it happening? Number 4 is where. Where is the story take place? If it takes place in more than one place, we should be writing all the places that the story takes place. And number 5, which is our harder question, it's our higher thinking question, why? Why is the text giving this information? Why? Why should we know this information? Why was this book written? So sometimes we have to think about the why a little bit more. And then here, 3 new words, or words I don't know. So 3 new words that you learned. It can be words from the words to know. It can be also words from the glossary, which are the same words. And you're going to write the word, and then it says, I think it means. So you're going to write a small caption. Remember, a caption is just a small description of what you think that word means. Now, if you don't know, you can look in the glossary in the back of the book. If you chose another word, you can look in our dictionaries, our Pictionaries, and our thesauruses in class. And the last thing, one thing I learned from the text. So this is an informational text. That means that we're supposed to learn something from it. So I want you to put one thing you learned from the text. Now remember, this needs to be a complete sentence. So we want to say, one thing I learned from the text was, and then put the rest of our sentence. So we should copy this down again to make sure that we're practicing writing a full sentence. And a full sentence starts here and goes all the way over here. If you run out of room, you come back over here. If you need help, you may watch this video again. You may also ask me for help or ask a partner for extra help. Okay? Good luck. Bye.